Okay, I think I'll probably get going now. Okay, so obviously I wanted to do this video, one, because obviously we're all in quarantine, we're all a little bit bored, but I wanted to go through some techniques and some mindful positivity thinking, laws of attraction. There's loads of things that you can cover with all this, and I wanted to start off with trying to share like basically what I'm doing. I'm only doing it because the wife got me on it, and for me, I'm starting to believe it works, and the good thing about it is you end up with a positive attitude. Your mental well-being's a lot better, and you can take that into all different walks of life and achievement and stuff like that. So who knows where this goes? This is just something I wanted to share with my friends. That's why I've only sort of kept it to friends at the moment, and if it develops further, then it'd be good. So I've never done this before. This is new. The first time I've ever been on Facebook Live. We've got 31 people, so this is brilliant. So yeah, so it's about mindfulness, it's positivity, laws of attraction. I'm not going to go into great detail because there's so much behind all this. Some of this will have to be done by yourself. I'm going to share some links and help you guys along the road, if you like, if you choose to sort of do what I'm doing. Yeah, and then from there, if you put things in place, I will guarantee you things will work out for the better. It's as simple as that. The way the process works and the way you do things, it naturally just gives you that way forward. So if we could just do one more, hit the share, hit the like, and also I just want to do a little experiment. If once you've started watching, maybe just think of the current situation, the coronavirus and everything like that, and how you feel about that. If you could do that as well on the link. So if it's a smiley face, you could be thinking this virus is a good thing. You're spending more time with your family. You're doing good things. You could be worried. If you're worried, try and look for the emoji that sort of does that. So I just wanted to see how you're feeling now about the whole situation, and then once we go through the whole process, get to the end of it, we'll probably do another sort of round of how you're thinking and see if you feel any better or anything like that. You might not, you might do. Hopefully it'll work in your favour. So yeah, so that's the start of it. My mother-in-law has just joined, so no pressure. So first of all, about me, about us, me and the wife, something that we've been doing probably for the last 3 to 4 years now. It's something Lucy started, so my wife started it, and she sort of told me all about it, and I must admit I was a bit dubious about things like this, but I thought I'd give it a go. It costs nothing, makes no difference, give it a go and see where it ends up. And to be honest, 3-4 years ago, we was in a good situation. We both had good jobs and stuff like that. Had a nice house and everything like that. But we just felt we could do a little bit more. And what we've done, we've kind of just adapted our lives to be a little bit more positive, a bit mindful about how we act around people, and the way we approach work, and seeing where that would take you. There's a scientific law of attraction. You can put that towards anything, and the law of attraction is a sort of around sort of vibrations and positivity, and how you give and receive a certain message. So it could be if you work in a very negative way, you will receive negativity. So it's as simple as that. And if you work in a positive way, you'll receive positivity. And it's coming to that sort of mindset to know, how you approach things, the way you adapt your lifestyle and stuff like that. It's worked for us. Me and the wife, we own a business now. 4 years ago, we would have never dreamt of owning a business. So we co-own a business. We're both full-time workers as well. Obviously, we've got a little girl, so we're family people. So I'm trying to come at a different angle. If you go onto YouTube and Facebook and all the other places, what you tend to have is lots of these multi-millionaire people. They've got their Lamborghini behind them, they've got their big house and their swimming pool, and everything like that. And this is how I made my $20 million and 50 million and all the other bits and pieces that go with it. And I think it's a little bit misleading to sort of try and make yourself believe that that's achievable. Don't get me wrong, it is achievable, but they're there, they've been there, they've done it, they've worn the t-shirt. Actually, they may not have. Some of that is fake as well. They make it look as if this is what they've achieved and stuff like that, but the car's probably rented, the house might be rented, and they're not quite as successful as they're making out to be. So I'm just trying to come from a normal person, people that you know me, and if you don't know me, you can obviously share with people and say, look, you either went to school with me or played football or whatever it is, and it's coming from a family person. It's coming from someone that's actually doing the process at the moment, not someone that's done it, and I've made £20 million. We're starting at, we're at the very beginning of this process, and we're seeing where it goes. Now, the fundamental part of it is you're going to be positive, and hopefully your well-being and your mindset towards things are going to be a lot better after this. So that's why I'm doing this, and hopefully that will portray into everything that we do. So it's helped me, and Lucy, it's helped for me massively, certainly in the last, I'd say, year and a half. And I'm still on the process. I'm still trying to get myself thinking in a more positive manner, and I'm putting it towards different things. Whether it be business. Or, I'm really trying to put it towards fitness now. Same again, start of the year, one of those people in January trying to lose weight. But I'm not doing it sort of a fad diet or anything like that. I've dedicated myself to this thing, to CrossFit. You might know what CrossFit is, but I've dedicated myself to that, and it's helped me massively. And whether that's just for my fitness, and that obviously improves your mental awareness, and then your nutrition and all the other bits and pieces that go into that. So for me, I'm trying to juggle all of it. There's a lot to think about, but what I want to go through today is just the fundamental side of what I'm trying to do, and then off the back of that, hopefully the other sessions we'll deep dive into it a little bit deeper. So if it's about sort of the law of attraction, we'll deep dive into that, or if it's nutrition, and I might invite someone on to talk about nutrition, because I'm no expert at what I'm talking about today. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, and if it helps for everybody else, then hopefully it's only going to be a good thing. That's how I look at it. And hey, look, some of you guys might turn off at the end of it and go, yeah, it was all right, or boring, or whatever it is. For me, the effort that I want to put in now is minimal, and if it achieves one person to think in a better way or achieve something, then for me that's all I care about. I'm sitting here doing nothing, and I'm sure we're all sitting there doing nothing for a long time. Over the next 4 or 5 weeks, for the amount of time we're in lockdown. So it's got to that point where I can share this. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it helps some of you, and we'll go there. One of the two sort of main things that I'm going to go into now is the first thing, and you'll see it everywhere, and actually a lot of people talk about this, and you see experts talk about just being grateful for what you got is one of the fundamental parts of this. No matter where you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve, if you're not grateful for what you got, then you're struggling to start, to be honest. So just if you take your time in the mornings, just wake up, do a bit of gratitude, just realize what you've got. If it's your family, if it's your job, it doesn't matter what it is, but be grateful for things. And if you do that on a regular basis, your mindset at the start of the day will be in a good place. And if that's how you start the day, you'll improve going forward. And you can be grateful about anything. You really can, and you'd be surprised how basic that gratitude is. It doesn't need to be about money. It doesn't need to be about anything glory. It can just be, as I say, the house that you live in, the family around you. Grateful that you can go out and exercise just once a day at the moment. Boris has given us that right to do that. In Italy you can't. So let's be grateful that we can get out for an hour. And if you're not going out for your hour, get out for an hour. It's important. So that's one of the basics, really, really small, very easy. We can all do that. That's very easy. And then the other one is set some daily goals and some targets every single day. And it's it takes no time at all. Just 2-3 minutes in the morning. Think about how you want to achieve or what you want to achieve in that day, and it can be basic again. It could be just make the bed. That could be a really easy first target. Make your bed. And then it could be wash the car. It could be clean the house. Whatever it is. That was my ones today. So that's why I've just said those ones, because they just came to the top of my head. But it could be work related. It could be I want to turn up to that meeting 15 minutes early and prepare better. You know, and if you set that as a target and you achieve that and you prepare for it a lot better, you'll start seeing what I'm saying just helps, and the vibrations that you're sending out will be received, and actually you're better, whether it's the meeting, you're better yourself, or you're better the meeting, or the deal that you're trying to get, it will happen because you've approached it in the right way. And so setting those daily goals and those targets is fundamental to this. So I'll go into a little bit, this bit you kind of need to switch on and try and listen. It's the vibration part. It's the positive and the negative, the opposite. And what tends to happen if you promote negativity, you will receive negativity. That's the science. That's typically it's the law of attraction. What you attract is what you give out. Now, so a very easy example: if someone's being angry or moody in a restaurant, or in McDonald's or wherever you are, in and around you, you will automatically feel sort of restraint or negative because of the atmosphere. The vibrations that are being created are negative. So if that's negative, everything around you is going to be negative. Now that happens in all walks of life. So if you walk into a house, if you walk into a friend's party and you're sort of head down, you're negative, you're a bit moody, the party atmosphere could change. It depends how big the party is, but that could change. Whereas for me, if the whole room was full of positive people and a negative person walks in, the negative person won't overtake the positivity because the room's full of positive people. So you've got to think about how you approach things. So for me, it's a really simple, same again, it's nothing, there's no rocket science behind this. It is science, this will work. But if you're a positive person, you give out some positivity, you'll receive that. And then that's the same in most sort of opposites. Whatever the opposite is, you'll receive. So if you keep going down a negative route, and being stressed and being worried, you'll continue down that route. You'll attract that. You'll attract the worry, you'll attract the stress, because you're not dealing with a problem. All you're doing is if anything, you're meditating stress, you're meditating worry. Now, if you keep doing that, you just repeat it, and that's how you're going to feel. Constantly feel, and you won't be able to get past that. And if you can't get past that, it's going to be tough. Every single day is going to be tough because you're being negative. You're being negative, and if that's the way you're thinking and that's the way you're approaching things, and you approach the day in a negative way, I've got to get out of bed, I've got to go to work, right? It's going to be a hard day. It's as simple as that. Where in my eyes, I feel you've got to go to work. Or you might not. You might be blessed that you don't need to go to work. But, so try and put it into a scenario. You've got to go to work. You've got to go to work Monday to Friday. You've got to do that anyway. So why not just approach that with a good attitude? Make sure Monday is one of your best days. Not, it's Monday. It's going to be a tough day today. It's Monday. The more you moan about Monday, the harder it is. Whereas you make Monday the most best day. If you make it positive, Monday makes Tuesday a little bit easier. Tuesday makes Wednesday a little bit easier. And then towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday is even better. And then you'll have a great weekend. And then Monday comes and it's in the same attitude. And if you approach things in that way, you tend to find you just end up with a more positive attitude again, and your mindfulness and your well-being is a lot better. And if you set your goals up and your gratitude, and you can see where I'm going with it, it snowballs. And you can just try and set your day up in that way. There's a word called paradigms. I'm not going to go into it deeply because I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's the way you think, it's the way your values and your habits, and so basically it's everything that you do. And if you treat, same again, goes back to that negative way. If you treat things in a certain way, that's how you're going to receive it. Now, if you look at things in a positive way, then you're going to find you're going to receive more positivity. Now, it could be money. If you think about money in a positive way, you'll receive more money. it works. I'm telling you, it works. There is a science behind it. Law of attraction is I've mentioned it before. That's key to it. I will share some links after this in the comment section. I think I can put the links. Watch them if you're bored, or audio book, whatever it is. We can do that. But basically, we're talking about vibrations here. The world is constantly vibrating. That's science. That's a fact. Everything vibrates. From dead people vibrate. As dead people get broken down into nothing, they're vibrating because they're moving constantly. So everything is vibrating. Everything around you is vibrating. So if you give out those vibrations that are negative, same again, you'll receive negativity back. If you give out those vibrations and approach things in the right way with the right mindset, you're sending out good vibrations. I think there's a good song for that. But that you're sending out good vibrations, and those vibrations will be felt by the other people in the room. Now, they might not be felt by everyone, because there could be some negative people in that room. There'll be people that don't believe what you're saying and whatever. But we all been in those rooms with those sort of positive people, and I'm not saying you need to go above and beyond and be this too nice to a person sort of that, but just in a nice professional manner, and if you know what you're talking about, and you're approaching the right, those vibrations will be felt. And that could be anything. That could be from the going to Tesco's and the checkout person, and it could be when you go on holiday and it's you're going to check in, sending that positive vibration. I'll come on to why I've mentioned that. But it's sending the right vibrations, and those vibrations will be felt by absolutely everybody. And it's the same with your family, or the people you live with, or, as I say, your work colleagues. If you go in and the vibrations are bad, and you feel it, you feel an atmosphere. That atmosphere is the vibrations. The vibrations are what are leading the atmosphere in the house. So if your house is in a negative mood, you feel it, yeah? You feel it in your body, you feel it in your head, your heart, you're everywhere. And if that's around you constantly, that's all you're going to feel is that negativity. So it goes back to what I was saying. If you do your gratitude and you're in a positive mood and a positive manner, and you approach things with a lot of positivity, I just want to stop saying that word, sending the right vibrations out, you'll receive that back. Or you just have a good meeting. And if you're trying to start a business and you're sending the right vibrations out, and you're meeting certain people to get your business off the ground, if you're sending the right vibes, people will want to help you. If you go in and say, yeah, I know about my business, and it's a bit cocky and it's a bit, I can do what I want because I'm very clever, that won't work. But if you go in with the right sort of sending out the right vibes, people want to work with you. People want to talk to you. People open up. And if people start opening up to you, that is when this thing works, because you'll start getting more knowledge. You'll start getting more people wanting to help you. I've mentioned about stress and worry, and if the more you stress and the more what you worry about things, it will just continue. Unless you're doing something about it, unless you're putting steps in place to get rid of that stress or get rid of that worry, that ain't going anywhere. You're technically meditating yourself, your well-being, your mindfulness to be stressed. It's as simple as that, because you're not doing anything about it. And we're coming to putting steps in place and how this works for whether you're starting a business, looking to make more money, get out of stress, lose weight. It's just basically your lifestyle. It's about how you improve things. So stress, worry, stuff like that is a key to this. And I'm no expert on this matter. I'm not sitting here thinking, listen to what I say and it will get you out of the situation you're in. But the steps that I'm going to talk about will certainly help, and it might step you in the right direction to improving your well-being and your mindfulness. And the other thing is, it's key for me, don't waste energy on something you can't control. If you can't control it, I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't even worry about what could happen, what may happen. You can't control it, then you can't control it. It's as simple as that. You might as well dismiss it. It's a bit like this virus. You can sit and watch the news all day and you'll feel absolutely shocking. But you can't control this virus. All you can do is listen to what the government are saying about staying in and doing what they're saying, but you can't control it. You may lose your job in 2 months' time. But you can't control that. So why worry about that? You might as well deal with the situation now. And the situation now is, your current situation is, what can you do? So if you're on furlough, you can go and learn more, educate yourself more, get fitter, whatever it is, improve yourself. So when the lockdown's lifted and you go back to work, or you're looking for a job, or whatever it is, you approach it in the right mindset, you'll get a job, you'll retain your job, you'll make things work in a better way, because you'll be fitter, you'll be healthier. It'd be better for your family because you've got fitter and you've got healthier. There's so many, pros about what you're doing, which will help the whole situation. So try and think of it in that way. It's not all, if you can't control it, don't even worry about it. And things like the news and the media and stuff like that, I would limit yourself to what you really, really need to know. If you sit there and read the Sun and the Daily Mail and all the other newspapers, I'd stop now. That'd be my advice. Don't even read them, because they promote negativity again. It's only bad news. They're not, certainly reading that newspaper is not going to put you in a good mood. So I wouldn't even bother entertaining it. Get the small snippets from the news which you need to know about. Otherwise, ignore the media, because it just doesn't work. It just won't make you feel any better. And, one of the best things I did, I used to get, same again, habit, down to the station every morning, pick up the Metro newspaper and sit and read that on the train in. Do you know what? By the time I got to work, I didn't feel in a mood to work, because it's just page after page, negativity. I thought West Ham's the back page, you go, West Ham lost. It's the same thing. It's just, it gives you the And what I've done, I changed. I started watching sort of motivational videos and learning about the laws of attraction and all these little bits and pieces. And when I changed that mindset, that 1 hour in the morning I got on the train, it changed, because I then got off the train and I was walking with, a spring in my step, because I've chosen to be more positive in the morning. I've done my gratitude. I've set my targets. I've set my goals. And now I'm not reading the news. I'm improving myself on the way to work. I could be preparing for the meeting. I've done that a few times. And I've walked into that meeting so relaxed, because I know what I'm going to present. I know what I'm going to be talking about. And for me, that's fundamental. Get away from that media, get away from that news. I know a lot of people go, I like to listen to my music in the morning. What I would say is probably do that on your way home. On the way in, set your targets for the day, or attack the day and prepare for the day. You do your music later. I think that's, I'll come on to sort of how you sort of downset from the day, if you like. But at the start of the day, it should be about the day. Or what you're looking to achieve over the next week, the next month, 6 months, year, whatever it be. Just sort of look at doing that most mornings on the train, or when you get that time to do that. And yeah, I've said about setting goals. And then the other thing is it's all linked, all part of it, but it's the meditation, the deep breathing. If you feel stressed and you feel worried, do the deep breathing. I know it sounds a bit, I can deal with this, but it's really, really important that you meditate. I'm not that into meditation. It doesn't really work for me, but I still do it, because there's times where it really works for me. So, I might do it twice a week, and then over those twice, one will just trigger something and I'll go, I enjoyed that, because that worked for me. The deep breathing always works, whether that's you're trying to fall asleep, or whether you're stressed or you're worried. Take yourself out of the situation, do some deep breathing. You've probably heard all this before, you read it in the newspaper, whatever. It's fundamental, and it's really important that you do that, because your body needs that oxygen. It just helps you relax. And same again, if you're thinking in a positive way when you're doing your breathing, those vibrations that you're sending out, it will be good, and you'll be getting that back. Bit of hypnosis as well. If you're going to bed, you might want to just try a bit of hypnosis. Sometimes that works. I've spoken to a lot of people that really works for people, certainly to help them get to sleep. But same again, it could be, trying to sort of use that subconscious mind. Same again, there's a deep dive into the subconscious mind, but we won't be doing that today. But it's really important that your subconscious mind is also working. And one of the other last little point for some of the fundamentals is deal with the elephant in the room. Deal with the big problem. At the start of the day, don't attack all the 50 emails you've got in your inbox. Right, I can guarantee you 40 of them are pointless. 5 of them might be a little bit important, but there should be 5 that are probably really important. Deal with the really important 5. And even if that one email takes you 3 hours to do, deal with that one email, right? Because it will make you feel 10 times better. If you attack the 45 emails and you've still got the elephant in the room, you will not feel like you've achieved anything. So don't attack the 45. Attack the one. Honestly, you'll relax. You'll just relax. You'll feel more positive. You'll have more energy. And yeah, it just make you feel a lot better. And then you can deal with the other 45 emails if you feel like you need to. So, yeah, just look at that. And so really, the laws of attractions and the positivity and the vibes and stuff like that is kind of where I'm going with all this. And if you look at examples and people say, oh, you can't achieve that, or you might not be able to start a business, or you can't lose that weight, it's too much, you want to lose 2 stone, it's too much, whatever it is. The excuses, and anyone that knows me will know I don't like excuses. If you've got an excuse for something, it's just an excuse. It's an excuse to put it off. It's an excuse not to do it. And you'll continue, while you've got that excuse, you'll continue to use that excuse. So it's same again, it goes back to mindset. It goes back to setting goals. And you know, if you look at, you know, a really simple example, Richard Branson, when he started his Virgin brand, do you honestly believe when he first started that business, that where it is now is where he wanted to get it? You know, he's now got cruise ships. He's now got, he's sending a rocket up to Mars. All these things, this just develops. What he would have done, he would have put a step in place to get to the first step. And once he got to the first step, he'd take the second step. And then slowly and slowly he'd build it up until he's created what he's created. He didn't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to create this massive brand and do this, and this, because you just feel overwhelmed. And if you get overwhelmed by something, you will struggle to achieve it still. So for me, you're better off breaking it down and just putting the simple steps in place. And if you put those little simple steps in place, that is where that's how you'll get to your end goal. So if it's losing weight, you might just want to say, well, I want to lose 2 pounds by the end of the week. A nice simple one. And I'm just going to cut out pasta 3 times a week, or I'm going to cut my takeaways down by 1 or 2. So for me, there's that little small steps that gets you to your end goal. And if you create that sort of positivity and setting your goals and your targets and your gratitude, it will all sort of come into its own. As I said, laws of attraction again, and we'll go into that a little bit at the end. I'll sort of give you a couple of links that you can go into and find a little bit more about it. And the other thing is visualization. You need to visualize what you're trying to achieve. So if you are trying to start a business, or you want £5,000 in the bank, you want £100 in the bank, you need to visualize it in your bank. You need to visualize you are the owner of this business. Because you can't visualize it, how can you imagine yourself being in that situation? If you can't be there, then how are you ever going to get there? It's as simple as that. And you're saying, I'll go into that subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and what's not the truth. So if you've got your subconscious mind thinking you're a business owner, you will act in a different way. You might not know it. Your friends might see it, but you might not know it. But if you act in a different way, those vibrations that you're sending out, you'll end up receiving different information. All of a sudden, someone will come in and you'll start talking to someone about business, and all of a sudden they could be a business partner, they could be someone that could help you along the line. But if you're sending out the right vibrations and you're thinking about how you create this business or create this money or how you get this money, whatever it is, you must visualize it. If you haven't got the visualization, then same again, you're not going to get anywhere. So those small steps, put those small steps in play and visualize it. And that will slowly start happening, because if you're sending out the right vibes, the attraction will come and you'll achieve what you need to achieve. I'll give you an example. It was actually my trigger moment when this really, I was, I weren't sure whether this would work. And my moment was, we were sitting in an airport, and as you know, me and Lucy, my wife, we travel quite a bit. And we were sitting in the airport and we were flying, where were we going? I think we were going to Canada. Might have been flying back from Canada. Can't remember which way around it was. But we were we were, before we've even checked in and stuff like that, and we were just sitting there. I think it was on the way to the airport, and we were just saying, wouldn't it be good if we got upgraded to business class? And we just said, well, why don't we put the vibration out there? Let's be positive about it. Let's visualize it. Let's visualize being upgraded. Let's visualize, put that positive motion in place, and then just see how it goes. And we did. As we approached the, so we made sure we were smartly dressed, because you're not going to get an upgrade if you're not smartly dressed, that sort of thing. So there's your step. Put your step, that one step in place. Second step, when we approached the desk, and the young lady behind there was sort of, come forward. We were ever so polite. We were really nice. We would, how was your day? Actually, the person in front was actually being quite horrible and aggressive. So I think we addressed that when we come up, said, oh, you've dealt with that situation really, really well. It's a shame that some people think and talk to you like that. And that happened. And we sort of came in and all nice, how are you? Hope your day's going well and all stuff like that. Anyway, checked us in, everything like that. Didn't really think anything of it. Obviously went round the airport, got to the boarding gate. As we sort of handed over our boarding passes, the lady took the tickets, took them away, and then put 2 new tickets inside and said, enjoy your flight. So as we literally approached the plane, we obviously went to turn right, and she said, oh no, you've been upgraded. You've been upgraded to business class. Now, me thinking, Lucy's paid for this. She's done something in the background, paid for it. And I didn't believe, I honestly was like, Lucy, did you pay for an upgrade? We didn't need an upgrade. We could just sit in the normal seats and stuff like that. But she didn't. This literally happened. And that was my moment. That was my moment of, we just put a couple of small steps in place to want to fly business class. And it happened. We didn't pay extra for it. We just put the right small little steps in place. And that, we obviously created the right vibrations. Hey, it might have been luck. And what I sort of said, I don't care if it was luck, right? It cost me nothing. We was actually really happy talking about it and what if, it was all happy. Good talk on the way to airport. Sometimes you're normally stressed on the way to airport. So we're just being positive, sending out the right vibration. And that's what we got. And for me, that was the moment where you think, well, it doesn't cost anything to do this. It doesn't make any difference, but actually if you approach things in the right way, you'll attract the right thing. And for me, that was the moment that it worked for me. So it's a bit of this sort of stage it's a bit different. This is now like personal to you and what you're looking to achieve and what you're looking to do. So if it's, as I say, you need to set yourself a target, a goal. What are you looking to achieve? Is it to start a business? Is it to make money? Is it to lose weight? Is it to have a better family life? It doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to look to improve yourself. Yeah, we're always looking to improve ourselves, and so if you're looking to improve yourself, then figure that target out, the goal, what you're looking to achieve, and then start putting the steps in place. Look small steps. Don't try and do the whole process in one go, because you'll be overwhelmed and you'll probably fail. Do the small step. And if you need help with that, honestly, reach out to me, call me, text me, whatever. Put some messages on here if you don't know how to achieve that or get to where you're going. But one of the main things, you engage with the right people, the people that know what you're looking to achieve. So talk to the experts. And if you talk to the experts, they will help guide you in the right direction. So put those small steps in place to get what you want to get. You need to study. You need to, whatever you're looking to achieve, if you put the effort and the knowledge and the study, and if you're looking to achieve something, if it's starting your own business, hopefully it's something that you're really interested in. So if you're looking to start a business and something you're really interested in, or it's to make more money from that business or whatever it is, you need to have the knowledge. So take time to get the knowledge. So one of those steps will be, engage with the right people, the experts in that field or that area, then get some knowledge yourself. And that's another step. So there's 2 steps. You put those first 2 steps in. Hold on, just switched off. I'm back. Yeah. It might not have to be money related, whatever it is, but you have to engage with the right people, put a small step in place, talk to the experts, and increase your knowledge. You must sort of study for this on a constant basis, and you'll enjoy studying. It's not like, oh, I've got to go to college and stuff, uni and stuff like that. This is just you learning about what you're trying to achieve. Because if you know about it, if it's nutrition, if it's losing weight and it's in a nutrition way, if you learn about nutrition, you'll get it. and you'll be more happy to try and get to your end target because you'll know about it. You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to eat more fruit and veg. Right, because there's other stuff behind all that. You eat loads of fruit, there's loads of sugar in fruit, and you might not lose that weight because you're eating 15 apples a day. So you need to know about it, and you've got to know that knowledge, and then put a plan in place. It's a simple plan. Don't complicate it. It's a bit like you're setting your targets, setting your goals. Put your plan in place to see what you can achieve. Start very basic. Don't try and overwhelm yourself. It needs to be a very basic plan and step by step. And say if you then start talking to the right people, send out the right vibes, be more positive, it will happen. It's as simple as that. It will happen. I'm in a part of a couple of WhatsApp groups, close friends, ex-work colleagues, stuff like that, but good friends of mine. And one of the guys on there, he said to me, when I started talking about all this, he was the same again. He was a bit, well, I'm not sure about it, but he weren't in the best of places at that time. And he said, well, same again, it costs nothing to do any of this. So because it costs nothing, he said, I'm just going to try it. And he's tried it, and he's the one who told me to do this today. And he just said, well, if you can convince me to do this sort of thing, then you should be able to convince other people. And actually, as I said before, if I just help one or two of you in a better way, then I feel like I've achieved something. So the NHS is going to make whatever it is. I think we've got up to 30 at some point live. So the NHS is going to get 60 quid out of it. So there's another positive thing out of it. So for me, if I can help 3 or 4 of you, NHS gets a bit of money. This whole hour, whatever it's going to be, is going to be well worth it. So put your plan in place, and that's really that's the be all and end all of what I was trying to sort of do today. So really, I'm just going to sort of summarise what I've said today. So you need to just get a pen and paper, write it down. It's a nice simple notepad. Look what you're trying to achieve. Start looking at the gratitude. Start with that. Put the right steps in place. Make sure you've got a target. And then make sure you've got a plan in place to reach that target. And you don't need to put deadlines and times on it. And then you can obviously work a little plan around who do you need to talk to, what do you need to learn about it. All those bits of it. Visualize it. Be grateful. Be disciplined throughout. It's not easy. I'm not saying I'll sit there and do this every single day. I don't. I get lazy. I'm like anybody else here. I get lazy, and sometimes I need Lucy to tell me to, you need to do this, you need to do that to get yourself back on it. It's a mental thing. It's about mindfulness as well. So you do need reminding about it. Don't stress about it. It's, even if what you're trying to achieve, you don't quite make it, you will learn on that route. You'll learn that process. And because you'll learn from it, next time it comes up, you'll be able to deal with it in a better way. And if you can't control what's going on, then as I said before, I would completely forget about it. Meditate, hypnosis, breathing, all those bits and pieces. They're little fundamental things that you can do every day to help your mindset for the day, and setting up those little things every single day. And hopefully, if this takes off a little bit further, then I'll do one on a weekly basis. And what will happen? We can deep dive into some of these subjects on how it helps and why it works and stuff like that. And that's the knowledge thing. And believe me, I know a few of you and what you do you're more qualified than I am at it. So what I want is obviously people to share with me, some of the good things that they've done. There's business owners on here. There's very successful musicians. You've got people that are good dancers, everything. So you guys are skilled as well. So what we can do is just share that knowledge. And if you've got some good tips, then throw them my way or throw it towards the group. Hopefully we can all read up on it below and you get something from it. So, I'm no expert, but if you've got that mindfulness, I don't know if you can see this. I think it's backwards on the screen, but meditation, breathe, balance, stress reduction, awareness, body, soul, and it goes into a bit deeper, same again, it gets your soul and stuff like that. I get lost in that sort of thing. But, and the other thing is balance. If you haven't got a good balance, a work-life balance, right, you will struggle to achieve what you're trying to achieve. If you overload yourself with loads of things, moving house, new job, getting married, all these things, your balance goes like that. Now, your mind and the way you think will go like that as well. You're going to feel low, right, because there's so much going on, right? one thing at a time. Do one thing at a time. It's all about the preparation, the planning, and the way you tackle it. And you're not doing this on your own. Believe me, a lot of this stuff isn't to do on your own. This is to do with your friends. This is to do with your partner, to do with your family. Same again, it's that sharing of information, sharing the knowledge. Share if you're stressed, share it. You know, there's been a massive thing about people, you know, talking about, you know, anxiety and stress and stuff like that. And the worst thing is, we all know now, you know, because it's highly promoted that the more you keep it in, the worse it is. You know, so that could be a step. This could be part of the process, is to try and relieve some stress, relieve some anxiety. So first step is you need to talk about it. And so there's that balance again. So if you don't talk about it, 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 you just get more stressed. The balance goes. I try and live my life on a level balance. So my life, I want like that. Don't like the ups and downs. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable with ups and downs. I like to be level on a balance and stuff like that. So honestly, there'll be a few people on this group that might be able to do a thumbs up if I've spoken to you about this sort of thing before, and how it's helped, because that you know, I've spoken to quite a few people about this, and some people just say, oh, actually I've now done that because of what you said, and it really helped. So that's for me, that's really important, that will develop over time. You know, you will develop over time, your mind and your well-being will develop over time, and it won't happen overnight. So so there's things like that we must do every day. It's a fundamental thing every single day, trying to do these things. And if you get lazy, talk to someone, talk to me, it don't matter who it is, and just say, oh, I did this last, I did no gratitude last week, I did no goal setting last week, you know, and then talk about why. There'd be a reason behind it. You didn't just do it because you didn't want to do it. There'd be a reason behind it. You know, you might have been really busy. Now, were you really busy putting the steps in place to get more money or create a business or whatever it was? So actually, you might have subconsciously done what you wanted to do, but you just didn't write it down. And that's not a problem. You know, you don't have to sit there and write a big journal or diary. You can if you want. If that's what gets you to where you need to get, then do that. So last one, the same again, if you could hit the hearts, miserable face if you didn't like this, just so I know that, you know, I need to improve or whatever it will be. If you can hit all that now, that'd be really good. And what I'm going to do a quick Q&A. So if there's a question that anyone's got, anything that you want to ask me now, and I'll try and answer it in the way I think and the way I deal with things, ping one in. I'll try and deal with one or two situations as much as I can. And then I'll just give you a couple of links to and a couple of people that it's worth looking at YouTube videos and stuff like that. So, if anyone's got a question. So tell Lucy I've been doing a bit of yoga before bed. Life-changing stuff. Believe me, like Lucy does a lot of yoga at the moment, and it is massive to Lucy. And same again, there's breathing part of yoga is really good. The stretching, it will always put you in a good place, so keep doing that. It's yoga's really good. Any fitness is amazing. Work-life balance, Tony Papas, difficult, not much to work with that, but it's difficult. It is difficult. Obviously, you know, you got to get home, you got to do the house, you got to keep the money coming in. But I think if you need to be, if you're grounded, you've got your fundamentals of your gratitude. Depending on what your situation you're in, but you've got to be grateful for something. If you start the day in a grateful way, you can set out those tasks for the day. Now, I don't know what you're trying to achieve, but if you're trying to achieve a lot of money by working extra hours, then as long as you've got an end goal at that and you end up buying the house of your dream, the car of your dream, or whatever it will be, it will be worth it in the end. But if you got to get back to the basics, and the fundamentals will be the gratitude and setting the targets for the day. And don't always feel like, if you've got clients or people that are constantly chasing you and wanting this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Sometimes it's just easy to have a conversation with them and say, look, I'll be done by Wednesday or Thursday on this. But it will be the best best presentation you'll see. It's the best bit of work that you'll see. So be patient with me, but you're going to get my expertise is better than the other person. So be patient with me, and they will receive the, oh, actually, yeah, I see what you're saying, and actually that'll improve that mindset. Who we got? Harry Johnson, defo with the WhatsApp group. Yeah, Harry, we've had lots of convos on the WhatsApp group. It's really helped. So if you've got, if you're not part of a WhatsApp group, or you've got friends, feel free to share it with your friends. It will really help.